If you're a stressed out dentist, it's probably your fault. Not because you're bad at your job, but because you're trying to do everything yourself. And from my experience, that is a guaranteed way to burn out. You see, the smartest dentists I know don't actually work harder. They delegate everything. And if you don't know how to delegate, you'll constantly be feeling stressed and overwhelmed literally forever. So today, let's fix that. You see, the truth is, I've learned recently that I just wasn't delegating enough. And I quickly ran into a situation where I felt unable to do my job at the highest capacity that I was able to. And it felt like I was in a losing game. So in this video, I'm breaking down one of the most powerful business principles you were never taught in dental school, the division of labor. Now, some of you may be watching and being like, what the heck does this have to do with dentistry? How can I get more money? How can I pay off my loans? Just listen close. You see, one of the hardest transitions from being a dental student to a practicing dentist is realizing that you can't or shouldn't do everything yourself. Because dental school teaches you how to be a good dentist, but it doesn't teach you how to run a good business. And just like any business, like a restaurant or a furniture company, dental practice thrive on efficiency, which means you have to learn how to delegate tasks effectively. Think about it this way. If you train somebody to take care of the most basic, time-consuming tasks, you now free yourself up to focus on high-value work, whether that's patient care, surgeries, or even growing your practice through marketing strategies, or even working on your social media content. Now, yes, there will be challenges in training your team, but once you master this delegation, you'll be able to expand and scale your career without burning out. And I wanted to give you an example of delegation with my own personal journey. See, I've been through this process myself. Right now, I have a full-time personal assistant, a team of video editors for my YouTube and social media, and other key people managing different aspects of my brand. When I first started, it all felt overwhelming. Having to create the content, edit the content, knowing when to post, how to frame it, how to market this kind of content to other people so more people like you can see it. So it was just a lot. But the moment I brought people in to help me, guide me, take the load off, everything changed. But I have to admit that training staff takes time and patience. However, once they're properly trained, they can be an extension of you, allowing you to maximize your productivity without you having to do every single little thing yourself. For example, I spent over a year with my video editor who's editing this video right now, constantly going back and forth to the point where now he knows the dentistry and he's not even a dentist. He knows exactly what images and graphics to be using because we've worked together for so long and I've trained him up to know exactly what we require on these videos. As a full-time dentist, I simply couldn't keep editing my own videos. And this rule of delegation applies to dentistry too. You see, I can see multiple patients effectively because my assistants are trained to handle certain responsibilities that make it easier for me to do high-level work more often. For example, one of my assistants is a foreign-trained dentist who can read x-rays and highlight areas of concern. Now, instead of staring at x-rays all day, looking for every small ounce of cavities, they're able to point things out and I get to make the final call. If you watched my last vlog, you must have seen my friend Ethan. He actually didn't have a job when I met him, and he asked me for a job and I got him a job as a dental assistant in my practice. He had no prior experience as a dental assistant, but with time and training and the ability to delegate to him, he's actually able to spot when a tooth needs to be extracted on an x-ray. You see a huge big shadow, he can say, hey doc, maybe that's an area of concern. Yeah, there's just a root tip in there, you know. But this helps me when I'm doing many different tasks at work, managing a team of 15 people. If you've seen the last vlog, you understand the expansive team and the amount of people that I must be able to control at all times. In a high production setting like my last DSO job or a job that I'm currently in now, when you step into the role of a general dentist, you may see yourself in a high production setting, especially if you're looking to make high production dollars. Now, you may see 30 new patients in a day. This can be overwhelming to any doctor at any stage of their career, but delegating these tasks ensures that you can focus on diagnosing, treating, and maximizing efficiency when you literally need to focus the most. You know, these same principles of delegation can apply to all aspects of your life, and it definitely applies to me outside of dentistry too. You see, my full-time assistant is in Argentina. Her name is Lula, and she actually helps me with everything, from scheduling real estate appointments to organizing my travel plans, and she even helps me organize my content creation schedule. You see, having a team to help you is worth every single dollar, trust me. And I definitely didn't learn this in school. I only learned this when I felt overwhelmed and unable to handle this myself, and I had to use my money to make my time more effective. So here's another way to look at it. Your time is just your most valuable asset. As a doctor of dental surgery, imagine how much you will be making per hour as a doctor. If a task that you're doing is less valuable than that, delegate it out. Right now, I know my time is worth around $250 to $300 an hour. Now, if I spend 4 hours every Sunday cooking my meals, that's $1,200 of my time wasted on a task I could have easily outsourced for a few $100s. So this is why I pay for a meal prep service. It's not just about the convenience, it's about maximizing my time for high value tasks, like making content for you so you can get the best education possible and you can be aware of everything if you subscribe. But cooking isn't the only thing I delegate. I already mentioned I don't edit my own videos anymore. I don't spend hours negotiating with thumbnail designers. Maybe we can make this different color font. Like, I have someone else managing a thumbnail for me now. I don't waste my time booking my own flights. Lula handles that for me. And what I've seen hanging out with a lot of dentist friends is that this type of mindset shift almost no dentist actually makes. And it's why I feel that so many dentists are stuck and miserable and stressed out, and they're just simply fed up with life in general. If you don't believe me, check the Dental Nachos groups on Facebook. Dentists are literally venting about how they're miserable, burnt out, struggling to make money. I just made a video responding to one of these posts. Like, these dentists are stressed because they're trapped in an inefficient system, doing things that they should be delegating. It gets me so riled up because this early in my career, I realized the importance of delegation. And doing social media content creation helped me realize this much faster. And after seeing my buddies' practices around the country, I realized that most dental practices aren't optimized for success. If you're running around handling every little task yourself, you'll never have time to focus on what truly moves the needle: your skills, your production money, and your growth. Now, it's important to understand that this is also what makes dental school really difficult for most people, is that in dental school, you can't delegate somebody else to take your exam. You can't delegate somebody to take your practical exam. You can't delegate somebody to study for you. You have to do all this on your own. It feels overwhelming every single day, and I get that. But the moment you get out, you're the leader, you're the captain of the ship. Everybody in the office has a role, and their role is to make your job as easy as possible so you can do what you do best. So please, if you take one thing from this video, it's stop doing everything yourself. Learn to delegate and optimize your workflow and focus on what actually matters. If you're a student, find ways to optimize your life so you can study at maximum efficiency. If that's minimizing a distraction or prioritizing your time more effectively, figure out ways to delegate tasks. And if you're in dental school, I urge you to find a way to optimize your time by delegating tasks to other people. Maybe you're studying for an exam and you may be typing up all your notes. Maybe look online and find if somebody already did the task. Maybe somebody has an Anki deck for flashcards, so you don't need to make them anymore. Find a study guide that somebody already made so you can optimize your time to study at the most effective efficiency to learn and conquer those exams. And if you're already a dentist, I get that it may take a lot of time to train your team. But that investment in time in training your staff and your assistants, maybe your assistants are trying to struggle packing cord. Them understanding how to pack cord more effectively and efficiently allows you to prep the tooth faster and more accurately. And I currently spend a lot of time helping my assistants get better. In all honesty, it's unlocked a new level of freedom and productivity for me that I really never thought was possible. This level of productivity has allowed me to make more money than I literally ever thought was possible. So hopefully you take some of this advice. I hope this was meaningful to you in any form or fashion. And hey, if this video helped you, subscribe for more content like this. I'm Dr. Rana. I make a lot of videos on YouTube to help young, aspiring dentists become the best version of themselves. I'm here to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes I do. So let's level up together. Dr. Rana signing off.